Hey, so let's start with the question that seems to divide the Wuthering Waves community in half. Is it actually bad to criticize Wuthering Waves and Kuro Games? Because if you scroll through any social media thread where someone dares to say, hey, this event kinda sucks, you'll instantly see two armies clashing. One defending the game like it's a sacred relic, and the other waving a list of complaints that needs to be fixed. And in this video, I want to discuss this. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? Okay, here's the thing. Criticism isn't the enemy. In fact, it's the lifeblood of any healthy game community. The problem is how we treat it. Somewhere along the way, the act of voicing concerns got twisted into this weird accusation of betrayal, hatred, doom posting, as if pointing out flaws means you secretly want the game to fail, and that's just not true. So, this guy, for example, is okay to criticize the game because he sucks this guy, and this guy, he defends this game even if this guy is sucking these guys. Now, this guy anointed this guy while this guy just has no choice at the moment. And then this guy is asking for combat events willing to suck this guy but not these guys and gets branded as WUWA community enemy number 1. Just jokes, ha ha ha, me love you long time, no drama. Justice is out of depth in gacha games sometimes. But Wuthering Waves, like every live service title, is constantly evolving. It's a work in progress that needs both love and accountability. If everyone only praises the game and never points out where it stumbles, Kuro Games loses valuable feedback. That's not being supportive, that's being passive. Silence doesn't protect the game, it weakens it. Because when developers stop hearing honest feedback, they start designing for applause instead of improvement. It's easy to forget that the people behind Wuthering Waves are actual developers, artists, writers, and designers who rely on constructive criticism to refine their craft. They don't need everyone to be happy all the time. They need people to be honest. It's one thing to insult, it's another to critique, and there's a massive difference between the two. Saying this update is terrible and Kuro is lazy helps no one, but saying this event feels empty because it lacks combat or replayability actually provides a little bit of direction there. Still, we have to acknowledge why criticism gets so heated. Part of it comes from emotional investment. People love Wuthering Waves because it feels personal. The world, the characters, the music, the history, the lore, everything that has happened over the past 2 years. The fact that we've been stepped on by Kurobots, for example. They all resonate deeply. So when someone criticizes it, fans feel like it's an attack on something they care about. That emotional reaction is only natural, but it becomes toxic when it silences dialogue. You can love something deeply and still recognize its flaws. In fact, that's how love grows, through accountability. There's also the issue of tone. Social media thrives on outrage, and that amplifies negativity. A single post worded too sharply can spiral into chaos. Some people confuse volume and validity, so even good points get drowned out by the yelling. This creates an illusion that all criticism is hate, when in reality, most fans just want the game to succeed. The problem is that online discussions reward the loudest, not the smartest. Now, let's flip perspectives for a second. Imagine your Kuro Games. You've spent years building Wuthering Waves, poured everything into it, and now you're watching fans dissect every little imperfection. It's easy to feel defensive, but the best developers know that criticism, when filtered properly, is a gift. It's free Q&A testing from people who actually care. Players pointing out bugs, confusing mechanics, or dull events are essentially saying, we want this game to be better. That's not hostility, that's hope. The problem is that many fans don't phrase their hope well. Instead of constructive criticism, we often get reactionary anger. When a patch doesn't deliver what was promised, people lash out instantly. That knee-jerk reaction ruins genuine discussion because even if your feedback is valid, the delivery can kill your message. There's a difference between holding devs accountable and harassing them. And sadly, the internet isn't very good at drawing that line. Criticizing Kuro Games doesn't make you a hater or a doom poster. It makes you engaged. The worst thing a player can be is indifferent. Apathy is the real danger because when people stop caring, when they stop voicing concerns, that's when a game dies quietly. The goal shouldn't be to silence critics, it should be to guide them towards meaningful conversation. Wuthering Waves deserves that. It's too beautiful and too ambitious to drown in echo chambers. Criticism also helps Kuro prioritize what matters. Every time the community raises an issue, whether it's about optimization, event design, or progression, that data becomes actionable insight. Kuro can use that to refine future updates. And without feedback, they'd be flying blind. The irony is that most of the improvements fans now enjoy probably started as complaints. Yeah, they're all complaints. Remember like when we launched and it was a terrible launch and the game had so many bugs? Better event pacing, improved stamina system, smoother performance, all of that came because someone spoke up. Because the community spoke up. And that's why it's frustrating when people treat any negative comment as betrayal. If you've been playing Wuthering Waves for months, you've earned the right to speak your mind. You've supported the game financially, emotionally, and through your time. You're not just a player, you're part of its ecosystem. Criticism isn't an attack, it's participation. Of course, there's balance to be found. Constant negativity helps no one either. If every conversation about Wuthering Waves turns into doom posting, the community becomes exhausting. There's a fine line between constructive feedback and obsession with flaws. At the end of the day, games are supposed to be fun. Criticize, but don't forget to celebrate as well. Because the moment when Wuthering Waves gets it right, the breathtaking visuals, the music, the emotional storytelling, the cinematics, those are worth recognizing. Criticism shouldn't erase joy. The healthiest communities are the ones that can both celebrate and critique. They know that accountability and appreciation can coexist. That's how you create longevity. By keeping developers aware but also motivated, Kuro Games, for all its mistakes, has shown that it listens. We've seen patches and hot fixes arrive quickly. We've seen transparency improve. That's the result of dialogue, not silence. So, no, it's not bad to criticize Wuthering Waves or Kuro Games. What's bad is doing it without thought or empathy. What's bad is mistaking toxicity for passion. True criticism is rooted in love, the desire to see something you care about reach its full potential. And that's what this community should strive for. Because at the end of the day, the people who complain the most usually care the most. They just don't always know how to say it kindly. Maybe what we all need, fans and devs alike, is a reminder that criticism isn't an act of war. It's a conversation, a dialogue. And the more honest that conversation becomes, the better Wuthering Waves will get. So, the next time someone calls you a hater or saying the game needs more of something or better optimization, just smile. Because if you're taking the time to say what's wrong, it means you still believe it can be right. Because at the end of the day, the game will evolve. New patches will come and new bosses will rise. But if we burn down our own community before that happens, what's even left to celebrate? WoW's greatest challenge isn't criticism. It's us, our attitudes, and our willingness to balance criticism and appreciation. And maybe that's the hardest fight of all. If this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, it's free and it gives you massive gacha luck. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po and I will see you in the next video drop. Goodbye.